Hello, my name is Waris Spence, international number one best-selling author. And here I am coming to you with commands to create a happier and healthier home. As a life and relationship coach for over 20 years, I'm noticing that many times only the names change. There are certain conflicts that are happening in a home that's happening in this home, this home, and this home. And I said, man, if there was someone, if someone just come up with some commands to create a happier home, um, maybe I would be out of a job. But as a life coach, as a relationship coach, the demand will decrease considerably. Considerably. So I'm going to share with you my six commands on how to create a happier, healthier home. Okay. Well, first let's define what a home is. A home is actually where someone, actually a house where everyone feels welcome. Okay. The key is welcome, where you could be vulnerable, where you could be yourself without judgment. Okay. And that's always a great thing to know. Do you have a home? Are you creating a home for your kids? Are you creating a home for your spouse? Are you creating a home for yourself? Right? Are you comfortable within your home? Many kids say the house is not my home. My room is my home. And I'm like, and only when you start listening to the kids that are having conflict in the house, you say to yourself, yeah, I could understand you, the parents haven't created that home, or these kids within the home haven't accepted the home. They've accepted the house, but they haven't accepted the home. How do we make that transition where everyone sees the structure as a home? And we'll get into that. So let's start six commands. Get a pen and paper, write it down, and go over it with your family, right? With your family, and let's see if everyone is on the same page. And say, hey, you know what? I watched this YouTube video, and we're talking about commands on how to create a happier home on demand. I want to share this with you. And what do you think? Right? Was the guy who was talking was just full of rubbish, or there was some validity in what he says? Majority of you are going to say, yeah, some things are right, some things are wrong. But I don't want. I was just talking too fast, wasn't I? All right, I'll slow down. I don't want you to create. I don't want you to create, let's say, an outlier and make an outlier the focal point to discredit what you're hearing. You got that one? Because many people would say, yeah, but, and discredit or try to discredit what I said by creating outliers. Again, you can see the background is me. That's my book, My Brother Shot. Shameless plug. Let's get started. Okay. So, first command in creating a happier home is gain common goals, a central goal or an interest within the family. When Peter, Paul, Jack, and John, whoever the family members in their home, and there is no commonality within their home, everyone starts separating. And first it's little and gradual over the years, you find out everyone is spread out and no one has no common goals within the house. And that's when conflict starts. Dogs barking. All right, so find a common goal. Whether it's you surround, like in my sister's case, their common goal is in track and field, where all the girls are in track and field. A friend of mine is in hunting, where the dad hunts, the mom hunts, the kids hunt, and they grew up hunting from a young age. And the calendar circle, first day of hunting season. What kind of hunting season? When are you going to be fishing? When are you going to do big game? When are you going to do, whatever it is? Create a scenario around hunting, and they all are engaged. That unit is going to be very strong to break, no matter how old they get. Another example is when academic excellence. I have a friend of mine whose family's serious into academic. Everyone is has dived into academic excellence and said to itself, okay, within this home, we're all going to have great academics. And it was four boys, and all four of the boys, the dads are actually a Princeton professor, or was a Princeton professor back in the day. All the boys are have excelled in their each of their endeavors massively, and every one of them were massively intelligent, and they didn't struggle to keep their bond together because I am doing excellent in this, you're doing excellent. Each of them did excellent in their specific field, and was all based on academic excellence. Find what it is that your family is going to be bonding over, move forward with that. That's a first command of creating a happier home on demand. Okay. If we also find that there's a separation, right? Not everyone's going to have the same goals, but what we need to do is be able to support unconditionally each person's goal. Okay. And even in the support of the goal, as parents supporting the goal, that in itself, right, that in itself is um, a common central goal. Just supporting each other's goals. Number two, find laughter in your home. Ask yourself, how do I make my husband laugh? How do I make my wife laugh? How do we make our kids laugh? Right? Bending over, laughing, cracking up. That's always a good indicator of a happy home, right? We're not saying happiness is always a reflection laughter is not always a reflection of happiness, right? But it's massively important to create that within your home. Create that in your home where, my daughter comes in the house and guarantee within 20 minutes of coming in the house, she's giving her dad a hug and she's cracking up, right? My wife and I, we laugh on a regular. We wake up laughing with each other, right? So it's very important that we do that. Create a happier home where each of us are. There's laughter in the home. Okay, creating positive memories is massively important. We create happier memories, and we create a happy home on demand where there is positive memories, right? Are we creating positive memories in the home? Are we laughing and creating these memories? What we know is that 20 positive memories, it'll take 20 positive memories to unseat a negative memory. Okay, just think about that. 20 positive memories, even more in some cases. 20 or more positive memories to unseat a negative memory. Remember, try and make sure the echoes in the head when the kids leave the house, right? When the kids leave the house is of a positive home, and it starts with laughter in the home. Okay, so number two command of creating a happier home on demand is find laughter in your home. Number three, something I created was called the family table. Okay, and let's make sure every member of the family understand and knows what the family table is. Like a table, I could have four computers on the table, a puzzle going on the other end of the table, books on the other table, a cable on the table, a lamp on the table. There's so much on the table, right? But the key to having your table is secure legs, right? And let's talk about the secure legs. Secure legs are there that I could have 10 people sitting at this table and there wouldn't be no problem because the legs are secure. You ever go to a restaurant and one of the legs on the table is even a half an inch, right? Even a half an inch lower, and it's rocking back and forth, and you have to take a coaster and put on there, right? That's because not all legs are even. And in order to have a healthy home, we're going to talk about your family table and making sure all the legs are secure. So, what are the legs? The first leg is there are four legs to your family table. The first leg is trust. The second leg is respect. The third leg is understanding. And the fourth leg is love. As long as you have those four in your home respect, love, understanding, trust your house becomes a home and everyone will be happy. All right. When we talk about on demand, that's a great way to be on demand. So let's take a quick dive into each. When we talk about respect, what does respect mean? Respect is actually, hey, how would I like to be respected? And how would you like to be respected? and understand that because different people see respect differently. And a lot of conflict happens where the way I want to be respected is different from the way you want to be respected. However, you throw that at me. It's like, well, I'm not being disrespectful to you, but that's how they see disrespect. So really take find out what disrespect means to your partner or to everyone in your home, and make sure you're showing them respect. Second one is love. We always hear about your love languages, right? How do you show love with your team members in the home? Find out how you show love and how you receive love. Let everyone know. Third, understanding. Things moving, things like very spotty. Not sure why. Okay, hopefully it'll go away. When we look about understanding, what does it mean when I say understanding? We talk about communication. Understanding has nothing to do with anything else but word alignment. When we talk about word alignment, we are all grown people. If I say something, be careful you say it with respect, but make sure we have word alignment. What the words I'm used to express to you is the same has the same meaning than the words you're saying to me. Word alignment is the first thing we talk about when we talk about communication, right? A lot of people, a lot of husbands especially, says, well, I don't want to tell them what I'm thinking because I don't want to create a fight. Kids are the same way, but the elder female in the home wants to get to the bottom of things, so they'll be like, hey, no, we want to talk about it, we want to talk about it. It's not communication. Word alignment. Yes, I want to talk about it. Let's set up a specific time to talk about it, right? And that's where communication breakdown, where the husband will say, or the kids say, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. And then one person walks away angry. Let's restructure that and say, okay, let's not talk about it right now. When would you like to talk about it? Okay. I like to talk about it tomorrow morning before I leave for work. Okay. Tomorrow morning before I come from school. Okay. Before I go to school. Okay. When I come home from school. Okay. Understand, give that person a time to have a conversation, right? But if you go, hey, remind me, I need to tell you something. Oh my gosh, that's like, okay, I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you now. Okay, fine. Let's schedule for it this time. Weights lifted, and there is less anxiety going into it. Okay, all right. So we talked about your table. Um, and trust. What does trust mean? Establish what does trust mean in your home, and the non-negotiables. I trust you're not, as a kid, I trust you're going to keep your room clean. I trust you're not going to talk to me crazy. I trust that you're going to do your homework and do what's expected of you. Um, Husband and wife, or partners in the home. I trust that you're going to respect our vows, and trust that you're going to respect our bank account, and trust you're going to respect our finances. Very simple. Very simple. Okay. That's your relationship table. Let's write it down and make sure we keep it handy. All right. Number four, we're moving along. I'm trying to move along as quickly as I can, but there has to be some explanation on each of these commands. Number four, keep everyone in your home honest and accountable for their behavior towards themselves and each other. Right? A good behavior that goes unchecked will cease to exist. A bad behavior that goes unchecked will get worse. Okay, so what does that mean? Definitely sit back and say, hey, if one of your team members, with even one of your family members, are doing something within the home that is not being honest and not being, up to par or up to your standards that you've created in your home, check them. Hey, we need to have a conversation. We need to find out why your behavior is as it is. Come back around. This is not how we act in this house. These are the standards that we set in this house, and there is not any of that funny business going on, right? Honesty and accountability in your home. Set the standard within your home that everyone knows about. Some of these commands, there's not a one, two, or three. For, I'm just, there's no one better than the next, but it's massively important at all the time that you're actually taking a look at your um, who in your house is displaying positive behaviors, who in your house is displaying negative behaviors, and how are we going to stop it? Again, a bad behavior goes unchecked will get worse. A good behavior that goes unrecognized will cease to exist. The challenge that we have sometimes, like one kid may be exhibiting good behaviors, the other one may be exhibiting bad behaviors. What do you do at that time? What do you do? Do you celebrate the bad behavior? Because all that's going to do is put the negative behavior more into a doldrum, more into adulthood, just drive them deeper, deeper, deeper. It's important to have a conversation with the child or the husband, right? Bad behaviors isn't limited to the kids. Bad behaviors isn't limited to the kids, right? The good behaviors, it's important to have the conversation with the person who's exhibiting good behaviors and say, hey, listen, at this time, this is where I have to be. I need you to help me. I appreciate what you're doing. I celebrate you so much and I value you so much. Celebrating the good behavior. At this point, I want you to help me do something with another sibling or another family member. Okay, but make sure it's identified and recognized. Five, you know, we talked about um, the number five is activities together grow and build family bond, like playing cards together, spending time together, watching movies doesn't strengthen family bond as much as playing Uno or cards or board games or creating a recipe together. Okay, activities, togetherness activities is one of the best ways to command and create a happier household on demand. On demand, it happens. Find out how do you do it. Find out what each likes. Okay, develop it and grow it. Okay, celebrate it. Okay, whether it's Uno or we started playing Jenga together. Okay, which works out great. Me and my daughter are studying German together. Okay, massively important. You want to create a happier home, find things to do together. Okay, activity. Always stay together. Almost, I was almost going to say number one thing, keep the family together by playing together. But everything, like I said, is equal. So not one greater than the other. Finally, my final command to create a happier home on demand. Ready for this one? Is to care. Care what's important to them. If they say you do not care about me, you do not care about what I'm doing, you do not care, allow that to resonate, because that's the number one way to separate someone, is for them to tell you you do not care. So come in every day, care. It's never gets old when you say, tell me about your day. What makes your day exciting? How's your day doing? Right before I got on this call, I told my son, hey, did you reach? Because he flew out somewhere yesterday. He's like, I said, did you reach? Everything worked out fine. Tell me anything you need. you know I care. Okay, so let's make sure we're actually looking after each other. Like I said, how do we turn a house into a home? Listen to some Luther. You may hear it in the background. um, these are the six things, six ways, six commands on how you can turn your house into a home. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Of course there're going to be more. Of course I led something out, but you know please, please, please have a review it again. YouTube's always going to be here, so take a look at this. Subscribe to the channel so when anything else comes out, I'll let you know. Also, take a look at my link tree. I have several online courses. Also, take a look at my website at wirespence.com. Take care and have a good one. Sorry about the glitches going back and forth. Sorry about that. See you on the other side.